Initial 3-4 minutes we'll spend on what we discussed yesterday or till now. So we had discussed CPU consists of these things. CPU consists of arithmetic logic unit. CPU consists of register set. Arithmetic logic unit does arithmetic, mathematical and logical operations, while the register set are high-speed semiconductor cells which can store one word at a time. The size of the word can be 16 bits or 32 bits or 64 bits, depends on the machine architecture. While the control unit will coordinate these operations, transfer of data and instructions, coordination of task execution with the help of buses. And we had referred this diagram yesterday to understand CPU in a better way. Basically, this is the block diagram of your CPU. Or you can say this block diagram tells what is inside CPU. By looking at this diagram, you will tell that inside the CPU, arithmetic logic unit is there. Inside the CPU, register set is there. The register set consists of R1, R2 till R7. The register set consists of R1, R2 till R7 registers. These are general purpose registers. These general purpose registers are high speed registers. They are inside the CPU. They are used to store one word. They are capable of storing one word. Now, why we bring any data inside the CPU? Because we want to perform some operation. What operation? That operation can be arithmetic operation or a logical operation. So that we'll be bringing in the registers. For example, number 5 is there, we may bring in R1. Some number 10 is there, we may bring in R2. So R1 will be initiating this R1 line, and multiplexer A R1 line will be activated. R2 will be activating to multiplexer B. So there are two multiplexers, multiplexer A and multiplexer B. One for one operand, the other one for another operand. So it means all the registers are connected to these two multiplexers with the help of buses. The control unit will coordinate and activate the required bus for the required register to be brought into the multiplexer. Through this, it will go to the arithmetic logic unit. The operation will be performed in the arithmetic logic unit. The output again where to be kept, that will be decided by this decoder. So we have selection A indicating we are selecting multiplexer A. We have selection B indicating we are selecting multiplexer B. We have selection D indicating which output we want to select with the help of this decoder. So we have multiplexers, decoders, buses, registers, arithmetic logic units. So this is what your CPU consists of. Now, we said that this operation will be controlled by the control unit, coordinated by the control unit. Okay. So that coordination of the control unit will be with the help of 14 bits. Multiplexer A 3 bits, multiplexer B 3 bits, decoder D 3 bits, operation 5 bits. So total, if you take 3 plus 3 plus 3, 9, 9 plus 5, 14. So 14 bits, the status of the 14 bits will indicate what register we are using for multiplexer A, what register we are using for multiplexer B, what register we are using for output, what operation we are performing within the arithmetic logic unit. For example, I want somebody to read this instruction. Anybody in the class, make it fast, read this instruction. Is it visible? Read this instruction, just this instruction. Make it fast, somebody. Yeah, Vinay, you can read. Or Himashri, you can read. Anybody can read. Make it fast. The highlighted instruction you read. Is the screen visible to you, by the way? Is the screen visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So can you read this instruction for me? Can you read this one line? What is the problem? Okay, we'll do one small exercise. I want everybody immediately to type yes in the chat window. Immediately, yes in the chat window. There are around 33 students. I should get 33 yes in the chat window. Make it fast. Within 10 seconds, I should get yes in the chat window. Okay. Ajay, Vamshi, Satvika, Himashri, Mahivar, Lokesh, Nisha, Sanjay, Manohar, Kasturi, Rajashree, Mudiraj, Gopi, Saket, Snigdha, Naveshri, Harshit, Tejaswini, Ratna, Niti, Sumant, Pujita, Chitra. Very good. So it means you're all there in the class. So remember that computer organization is such an easy subject as long as you pay attention in the class. Otherwise, it will be such a boring and a tough subject. So that's why I'm ensuring, I'm asking you to read, one of you to read this. Pujita, can you read this for me? Or Sanjay, can you read this for me? Or both of you can read this for me? What is the problem? What is happening here? Tell me. Huh?
Assignment, sir.
R2 is placed in R1 plus R3.
No, this is just R2 plus R3, right? We are adding two numbers, okay? We are adding two numbers. One number is placed at in which register? R2. The other number is in which register? R3. Okay? So the addition of these two will go to R1. The addition of these two will go to R1. Okay? I was not asking you to explain this. I was asking you to just read this. Okay? And unless you participate, it will be difficult for us to understand the subject. Okay? So, have you got this? There is some number in a register called as R2. There is some number in a register called as R3. Both the numbers are added and the output is kept in R1 and the output is kept in R1. So again, I want one or two students to read it fastly. Anybody take up fastly read this instruction for me. Tell me what is the meaning of this instruction. Just for this.
Content of R2 is added with content of R3 and result will be stored in the R1.
Excellent. What is your name?
Satvika.
Satvika, very good. Now let us go to this diagram. Now, content of R2. So content of R2. So which R2 is activated and for select A, right? Multiplexer A for R2 and multiplexer B for R3. Am I right? Is it making sense? Multiplexer A for R2, multiplexer B for R3, and the addition is happening. Output, when the addition is happening, now this decoder will select which one? The decoder R1. Very good. The decoder will select R1. So that is what it is telling you. Okay. So multiplexer A will be selected to place the content of R2 in bus A. Multiplexer B will be selected to place the content of R3 in bus B. Operation, which operation will be performed? Addition operation will be performed. Okay. Addition operation will be performed. Who will be performing that? Arithmetic logic unit. After that, okay, the output will be transferred to R1. Output bus into R1. So this is what is the simple meaning of this statement. Okay. Now how it happens? How it happens? So let us look at this. I'll directly give you the example. But before that, again, you try to tell me. Okay. What is the total length of the control word? Total length of the control word? Tell me somebody. Okay. For selecting multiplexer A, how many bits? 3. Selecting multiplexer B, 3. Selecting decoder D, 3. So these are bits. 3 bits plus 3 bits plus 3 bits plus 5 bits. So total how many bits I am asking? Just total and tell me. I am not asking just to ensure that you know mathematics. I am asking just to know that you are listening to my class. So if somebody responds, that is like a signal to me, yeah, people are listening to my class. So just tell me the length of the control word.
14.
Very good, very good. Now this 14, let us look at each individual component. Let us go for this operation. Okay. Operation means which operation? Either it will be a mathematical operation or it will be a logical operation. Which operation to be performed, that will be determined by how many bits? Tell me fast. How many bits for operation?
5.
Okay. So the status of the 5 bits will indicate which operation will be performed. So let us go to that. Okay. Here. How many bits are there? Tell me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 bits. So we are just incrementing by 1. It is 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7, then 8. This is whatever. 1, then 2, but this is not 3 actually. Am I right? So, so maybe what they have done is for some different value they have taken. Just tell me how much is this? This is 5, no? So after 2, they have gone for 5. After 5, they have gone for 6. Then they have gone for 8. Then they have gone for 10. Then they have gone for 12. Then they have gone for 13. Then they have gone beyond that. So, but whatever is the status of these bits, that will indicate what kind of operations will be there. Suppose we want addition operation, means plus. So this will be status of the bits 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. We want subtract. This will be the status of the bit 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. Am I right? Is it making sense? How many bits? 5 bits. The status of the bits will indicate the operations. Count the number of operations. How many operations are there? Just count them. How many operations are there? One, two, like this. You count and tell me.
11.
11 operations are there. Very good. There are 11 operations. Out of this, add, subtract, okay, decrement, increment, these are the arithmetic operations. But fewer logical operations are also, right? AND operation, OR operation, XOR operation, complement operation, shift right, shift left. Okay, so these are all logical operations. So arithmetic logic unit basically consists of arithmetical and logical operation. Now in our context, what is our context? This is our context. So here which operation is being taken place? What is the operation?
Subtraction.
Addition.
Very good. So addition means this 5 bits, which 5 bits we have to take? We have to take for this addition these 5 bits. So 5 bits will look like this: 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. Now, after that, with this context, we have R2 in multiplexer A and R3 for multiplexer B. Okay, so select A, R2 means this will be 0, 1, 0. Select B, R3 means that will be 0, 1, 1. Is it making sense? Is it making sense?
Yes, sir.
Then select D means output is in R1. So now you tell me what will be this 14 bits will look like how? Select A will look 0, 1, 0. Select B will look 0, 1, 1. So first 0, 1, 0, then 0, 1, 1, then 0, 0, 1. 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1. Then this addition will be 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. So this type your instruction control word will look like. Your control word will look like. So this control word, already the statuses can also be recorded, already kept, and we can fetch the requisite control word also. This is also called as a micro operation. This is also called as a micro operation. So hopefully it is making sense to you, because I am not, we are not going through all the theory and all that. We are taking the block diagrams and the tables and trying to understand the various control word statuses and how the operations will be performed. Okay. Now, this is one more operation. Now somebody tell me, Satvika, you don't tell, some other guy will tell, what is the meaning of this instruction? Anybody can tell me, make it fast. Don't waste the time. What is happening here? Again, there is a pause. Who will tell me? Uday Teja or Saket, will you tell me what is the meaning of this?
Contents of R3 minus contents of R2 goes to R1.
Very good, very good.
Subtraction, contents, sir.
Very
Data.
good. Very good. So basically the
Yeah,
operation. Yeah, tell me. Tell me, you are telling me something.
Yeah,
Done?
means here the data present in the respective registers is being subtracted from the other one and is being shifted to the R1.
Very good, very good. Who was that? What is your name?
106. K Saket.
Saket. Good, good. So this is what is expected. This doesn't indicate that my asking questions to you is not to put you in trouble, or your answering does not indicate that you are intelligent. This interaction only ensures that you are listening to my class as it is online mode. That is the only problem. So, and I don't want to inconvenience you by asking you to be on video continuously. So, as Saket told correctly, subtract operation is taking place. Okay. So the content of R2. So then multiplexer A, content of R3, multiplexer B, subtraction will happen. Then you are storing the content in R1. You are storing the content in R1. So again, for select A, select B, select D and operation, how many bits are there? Total 14 bits are there. So R2 will be for multiplexer A, R3 for multiplexer B, R1 for decoder, and operation is subtract operation. So let us look at subtract operation code. The subtract operation code is 00101. The subtract operation code is 00101. Now let us confirm it. Yeah, 00101. Now R2, we have to go for multiplexer A. R2 for select A, that will be 010. So let us check whether it is 010, right. So R3 011, R1 001. So this is our control word. This is our control word. So what is the length of this control word? The length of this control word is 14. So out of 14 bits, 3 bits for multiplexer A, 3 bits for multiplexer B, 3 bits for the decoder, and 5 bits are for the operation to be performed. 5 bits are for the operation to be performed. Okay. Now I am giving you few seconds to absorb this, and I'll be randomly asking any student. He has to explain one instruction among this. Like maybe somebody wants to go for the first one, somebody wants to go for this one, like this. Okay. So just absorb this, and I'll mention the roll number, but I'll not mention he should explain this or this. He can explain any one of them. But how many are there? Examples 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 examples are there. So 8 examples means I'll be asking 8 students, any 8 students. Okay. So just read it carefully. I'll give you 1 minute to read it carefully. Then we'll try to figure it out. I just mentioned the roll numbers randomly now. 71, 74, 88, 94. 71, 74, 88, 94. Then 113, then 117, then 310, 307. So these are the 8 numbers I mentioned. Now you can watch this for a minute more, then you start explaining this instruction. Okay, you can start as per the sequence. You can explain any instruction. You have to just mention your name and start those 8 roll numbers.
Yes, sir. I'm Sanjay, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, this fourth expression,
Okay.
R7.
Okay.
R1 value is given directly to R7.
Very good.
No
Very good.
operation.
Okay. Explain the control word in that. Control word. At 14 bits. This one you have to just explain why it is like that.
Yes, sir. R1 is for a multiplexer A, sir.
Very good.
So 001 and no multiplexer B.
Very good.
So uh, operation is also not there, sir. And
Very,
decoder is R711.
very good. Very good. So it is an interesting thing you observed here. For multiplexer B, whenever you don't want to have a multiplexer B to be selected, you mention it as 000. Is it not? Am I right? So this is an interesting aspect you are saying. And what is happening? The contents of R1 are being transferred to contents of R7. The contents of R1 are being transferred to contents of R7. Okay. So let us look at this table again and see here. For transfer, the OPR code is 5 times 0. Good. Very good, Sanjay. Okay. We'll go for the next. Who is next?
74, sir. I am Pujita.
Okay.
Fifth one, sir. R2 directly given to output.
Very good. Explain the control one.
Here, selection A is R2. There is no selection B and there is no decoder. R2 is directly given to output. So for selection A, we are taking 010 and there is no B, decoder or operation, so zeros.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Well done. So an interesting point you have told us that there is no multiplexer B, so 000. And even there is no decoder also. So is it not? Directly we are sending it to the output. We are not sending it to any register. And anyway, this we note. For transfer, it is 00000. Very good. Next. Who is next? Make it fast. There were 8 students, only 2 students responded. What was your roll number? 74, na?
Yes, sir.
After that, who? Anybody remembers the sequence? Who is next? Or at least if the next is not responding, next. Okay. That's okay. Then we'll go move ahead. I am assuming that you understand this. This is a stack, but before that stack, I just want to confirm today why the strength is a bit less. It is 33 only. Any problem today?
No, sir.
Okay, no issues. We'll move further then. Stack. So this word stack, we'll try to understand it in a simpler way. Then we'll try to connect with the topic. So by the way, you might have heard about the word stack. In which subject you heard about the word stack? I'll put that in the chat window.
Sir, we know the word stack from data structures, a linear homogeneous data structure, sir.
Very good, very good, very good. 106, what is your name? Roll number 106?
Yes, Saket, sir. Good concept, sir.
Very good, very good, very good. So basically what is a stack? And the moment stack comes to a computer science person's mind, he'll immediately spill out few words. One is how the operation of stack happens. The operation of stack happens like this. I'm putting it in the chat window. LIFO. LIFO.
Doing a dead body in Freedom Creek.
Yeah, 120, you wanted to say something? 120 roll number? 120? Okay, Shravani, right. So we are speaking about stack and I'm using the chat window. So we are speaking about the stack, and the operation of stack is last in, first out. The operation of stack is last in, first out. So you can refer it in any example. Say for example, you go to a wedding reception and you have a buffet system there, and the plates are stacked there. The plates are stacked there. Okay. So that which plate you will pick up? The topmost plate you will pick up, right? The topmost plate you will pick up. But while arranging, the topmost plate might have come at the end, right? The topmost plate might have come at the end. So that is what is last in, first out. Have you understood this example? Have you understood this example?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So this is called as last in, first out. Now, the other thing which we spill out is the operations we perform on the stack. The operations we perform on the stack. One operation is called as push, and the other operation is called as pop. So the first one is, the operations are, operations on stack are push and pop. What is the meaning of push? So here you are trying to understand this with that wedding buffet plates, eating plates. So push means, suppose there is a stack of plates, you add one more plate. On stack. Where it will go? When you add one more plate on stack, it will go to the top, right? It will go to the top. So this operation is called as push operation. This operation is called as push operation. Now, the other operation, pop, means somebody comes and he wants to eat. He'll be picking up the topmost plate. He'll be picking up the topmost plate. So that is what is called as pop operation. That is what is called as pop operation. So we have push operation, we have pop operation, and we have these two operations which will be indicating the last in, first out, which will be indicating the last in, first out. It is very important that you visualize this example. It is very important that you visualize this example. I just want to confirm, are you all listening, and have you all understood this simple example of wedding reception buffet?
Yes, sir.
Okay, hopefully. What about others? I'll just pick few numbers and I'll just try to confirm. 69, did you understand?
Yes, sir.
79, did you understand? 88, did you understand? 88, roll number 88, did you understand? Roll number 90, did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it means we have understood this simple example of stack. Now, two operations, push and pop operations, and operation is last in, first out. Now, తెలుగులో చెప్పడానికి ట్రై చేస్తా. Suppose Vinay is there in our class or Shravani is there in our class. They are looking after that plates arrangement. Suppose Shravani చేతిలో 10 plates ఉన్నాయి. Shravani చేతిలో 10 plates ఉన్నాయి, ఒక మీద ఒక. సో వచ్చేవాళ్ళు శ్రావణి దగ్గర నుంచి ఒక్కొక్క ప్లేట్ తీసుకుంటారు, రైట్? శ్రావణి వాళ్ళు ఏ ప్లేట్ తీసుకుంటారు? టాప్ మోస్ట్ ప్లేట్ తీసుకుంటారా, బాటమ్ మోస్ట్ ప్లేట్ తీసుకుంటారా? మళ్ళీ రిపీట్ చేయనా శ్రావణి? ఓకే, శ్రావణి సేస్ టాప్ మోస్ట్. వెరీ గుడ్. శ్రావణి, హౌ మెనీ ప్లేట్స్ వర్ దేర్ విత్ యూ? మీ దగ్గర ఎన్ని ప్లేట్స్ ఉండే? 10 ప్లేట్స్ ఉండే. గుడ్. శ్రావణి సేస్ శ్రావణి దగ్గర 10 ప్లేట్స్ ఉండే. సో శ్రావణి దగ్గర 10 ప్లేట్స్ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఒక ప్లేట్ సాకేత్ తీసుకెళ్ళాడు. ఇప్పుడు ఎన్ని ప్లేట్స్ ఉన్నాయి? మళ్ళీ ఇంకో అతను వచ్చాడు. సపోజ్ పూజిత హ్యాస్ కమ్, ఇంకో ప్లేట్, మళ్ళీ ఎన్ని ప్లేట్స్ మిగిలినాయి? గుడ్. సో యు ఆర్ రెస్పాండింగ్ వెరీ ఫాస్ట్ శ్రావణి, థ్యాంక్ యూ. సో లైక్ దాట్ 0 ఎప్పుడు వస్తుంది శ్రావణి? అన్ని ప్లేట్స్ అయిపోయాక వస్తుంది, కరెక్టే కదా? The value will be 0 when all the plates are over. So దాన్ని మనం ఇలా అనాలి, stack is empty. ఇప్పుడు నేను కామన్ క్వశ్చన్ అడుగుతా అందరికి. స్టాక్ ఎంప్టీ ఉన్నప్పుడు మనం ఏ ఆపరేషన్ పర్ఫామ్ చేయలేము? పుష్ ఆపరేషనా, పాప్ ఆపరేషనా?
Pop.
వెరీ గుడ్, వెరీ గుడ్. Who said that? Okay, many are responding. Very good, very good, very good. So if stack is empty, we cannot perform pop operation. అలాగే శ్రావణి దగ్గర ఒక బాక్స్ ఉంది. ఆ బాక్స్ సైజ్ ఏంటిదంటే 10 ప్లేట్సే దాంట్లో కూర్చోవచ్చు. సో శ్రావణి దగ్గర ఆల్రెడీ ఆ బాక్స్ లో 10 ప్లేట్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఓకే, సో దాని కెపాసిటీ 10 ప్లేట్సే. సో దాన్ని మనం ఇలా అందాం, దాన్ని స్టాక్ ఇస్ ఫుల్. దాన్ని ఏమనాలి మనం? స్టాక్ ఇస్ ఫుల్. ఇప్పుడు స్టాక్ ఫుల్ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఏ ఆపరేషన్ పర్ఫామ్ చేయలేం మనము? వెరీ గుడ్. సో ఫంటాస్టిక్ గైస్, యు ఆర్ ఆల్ వెరీ గుడ్. సో యు ఆర్ హెల్ప్డ్ ఇన్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్ దిస్ సింపుల్ టాపిక్ విత్ అ సింపుల్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్. సో స్టాక్ విల్ జస్ట్ రిఫర్ ద keywords. When we say stack, we say the operation is last in first out. There are 2 operations to be performed, push operation and pop operation. Okay, so you cannot perform a pop operation if the stack is empty. You cannot perform a push operation if the stack is full. Okay, and you can perform push and pop operations like this. If you are incrementing the stack pointer by 1, whatever the pointer, the address or the number, some counter by 1. For example, Shravani has decremented the counter. When she has decremented from 10, 9, 8, when the operation was being performed was pop operation. So whenever pop operation was being performed, the Shravani was decrementing the counter. So similarly, when push operation is performed, so Shravani will increment the counter. So we should remember all of this. Now, why this stack is very important to us? This stack is very important to us because a stack is nothing but it's just a piece of memory. It is just a piece of memory. And this stack, this piece of memory, here the stack operation will be very much suitable because basically we have to convert all our higher level languages into machine understandable form. So for converting this machine understandable form, these stack operations are suitable. These stack operations are suitable. Similarly, there is something, we are going directly to some point. There is something called as notations, which are called as the Polish notations, and that too reverse Polish notations. Hopefully you know that, or you don't know it, I don't know. But here you are seeing here, we are going to take them elaborately. We are just speaking about them now. We are not trying to understand them. We are speaking about them. For example, this is infix notation, prefix or Polish notation, reverse Polish notation. So this reverse Polish notation is suitable for various things, including the translation. Okay, which translation? Okay, translating our instructions into machine level language format. Hopefully it makes sense to you. So we are just taking a pause here Why we are taking a pause here? Because